What's up, AFTERBUZZ family? I hope you have your appetite ready for Braxton Family Values. A healthy serving of shade is coming up next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
How could you not like this? Y'all remember this video though?
I just remember her arguing with Vince about it.
Yeah.
Cause the video.
Yeah. Pop it.
Just so you know.
Same Tamar. I like this Tamar. I like Ratchet Tamar.
Okay. AFTERBUZZ family, what's going on? We're trying to get our lives to this Tamar song from 2 projects ago.
Right.
I don't know why I'm late to the party, but welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's after show for the Braxton Family Values. We're on episode 8 already. You guys, episode 8.
It's going by fast.
Yeah,
You want that old
fast.
thing back. That's the title of this episode. Thank you for joining us once again. You know, it's always a pleasure to be with you guys week in and week out. Now, check this out. Engage with us on social media at AFTERBUZZ TV across the board. Go on YouTube, subscribe, give us 5 stars. Do we have a Snapchat?
AFTERBUZZ does have a
I
Snapchat,
think we have a
yes.
Snapchat
I believe
now.
it's
So
AFTERBUZZ TV.
You know, follow us on Snapchat too. But my name is McCall Hall, your host. When sports and pop culture collide, you can find me on social media at McCall Hall on Twitter and McCall Hall of Fame on Instagram. And my lovely co-host.
Y'all can find me everywhere at Mr. Carter. That includes YouTube and SoundCloud, though.
Yes. Your boy DJ Richie Skye. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at DJ Richie Skye.
And we're without one of our panelists tonight, Kalima. What's her
Boo.
handle? Kalima Wisdom?
Kalima Music Art Wisdom.
Look, just
Shout
go
out
to
to
one
you,
of the
boo. We
old
miss you.
episodes and hit Kalima's handle. Kalima, we'll see you next week. All right. So what's up, family? It's been a while.
It has been a while,
took a
y'all.
week off,
I
you
missed
guys.
y'all.
I missed last week,
I
too.
know, I missed y'all.
I
missed y'all.
I
I
had
missed y'all.
something to do,
I
honey.
did too, unfortunately, and I didn't know till the last minute, but we here this week.
We are
in the
here
That's
this
house.
right, y'all back.
Well, welcome back. Braxton Family Values season 4, episode 8. You want that old thing back. So let's get into it, you guys. A lot of shade this episode. A lot of salmon this episode. Let's dig in.
My favorite thing.
My favorite thing, shade and salmon. If they told me, girl, you only had 2 things to choose
Shade and
from
salmon.
to live with for
Shade
the
and
rest of your
salmon.
life, honey, shade and salmon does a body good.
Y'all are crazy. I can't.
Speaking of shade, the episode opens up at Toni's house, and she is given the nickname Titty. Shade.
Because they were popping.
They were popping out. I saw a lot of shimmer, I think bronzer on the upper breast. And typically, let me just tell you, from a woman's point of view, when we put the shimmer on the titty, that means we want you to look.
Okay. Well, see, Toni always a little risque with her outfits. Even on tour, like, Toni be naked, y'all. Like, she be naked at her shows damn near.
Honestly, no shade. I ain't mad
But
at
she
you,
got the
Toni.
body for it,
You got
though,
the
y'all.
body,
Toni is banging.
So show it.
Yes.
Show them off.
Like Beyonce say, if you got it, blown it.
There you go.
Hey.
They were having cocktails. I mean,
But in fairness, she said she had a date.
true, but
So,
I
you know,
make
that
cocktails
was
at
a
the house all the
drive-by
time.
cocktail.
True. So getting into it, she's getting ready for a date, and her sisters want to know, are you ready for this date, and are you ready to twerk? I didn't know that twerking was a requirement to go out on a date.
I didn't either, y'all.
Now,
I do know how
I'm
to
glad
twerk.
you've been educated.
Yeah, and I'm
Don't
gonna
you
start-
go out on another date not having known how to
Honey,
twerk.
I'm never gonna go on another date without twerk.
Yo.
Honey, we had some of the cocktails they were making. So they judge the twerking ability based on arching your back and placing a cup on your back. And if the cup stays level, then you are a good twerker.
I
Okay,
hadn't
Kim.
seen that. I mean, now all the twerking videos I see on the Instagram, that's not what I see. So that's a new classification of twerk.
No, that's a new classification of ratchetness. That's what that is.
Maybe it's a Christian twerk.
I think maybe that's a classy twerk. That's what I was
Yeah.
about. You know, something.
No shade. Maybe that's an over 40 twerk.
A grown woman twerk.
That's how ladies, classy and distinguished twerk.
There you go.
There we go. That's how we clean that up. Moving on, Toni announces that she signed her sisters up for a cooking class.
Can somebody do that for me?
I
mean, I want to do that.
That looks fun.
It does look fun. I just
really
want to
fun.
eat free food.
I just wanted to shout out Tamar because Tamar always has these one-liners during the episodes when you don't expect it. The shade of Tamar saying, "Why aren't there any accoutrements with the liquor?" And then Toni brings out this busted ass bag of Lay's chips. That's not a good pairing. Let me just explain something. Everything has a pairing, like wine
'Cause they were drinking
and
champagne.
cheese. Yeah, they were having champagne. Typically with champagne, you want to... What do you drink with champagne? I guess I don't drink champagne enough. What do you drink with champagne?
Anything.
I don't know.
Brunch?
You drink brunch, y'all. We're gonna drink
burger?
brunch. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
feel like, I mean,
LOL
you
to the
could
chips
have,
though.
I mean, some type of hors d'oeuvres, something like
Yeah.
that. But hors d'oeuvres and chips do not equal.
Let me tell you something. Here's my secret. If you really want to blow your guest's mind and be the hostess with the mostest, get sour cream and onion Lay's, and then take Frank's Red Hot and then sprinkle the Red Hot. It tastes just like buffalo wings. I'm telling
She
you.
said just like buffalo wings.
That's how I made it in college, honey. Ooh, golly.
Okay, that's a tip. I ain't heard that one.
Next up, Trina gets a call from Gabe. Trina's driving around LA and gets a call from Gabe, her husband. Now, let's just break this down. That's her ex-husband, was her husband, wasband. I have a dear friend who is gay. I call him my gay husband because we are just so compatible. He is my husband.
I was just finna say that's your husband.
That's my husband. And when she said husband, I was like, I thought she said husband. I'm like, somebody else said that.
She stole your thunder, girl.
Right.
No, shout out to Trina. I'll let you have that husband. Gusband is mine. Are we surprised that Gabe is calling her and that they're talking?
No, well, on the last episode, at the end of the last episode, when me and Kalima last week, we were discussing that, she called him because she had some closure, some things that she wanted to get off her chest. But last week's predictions, I personally didn't think that Gabe was going to call her back.
Really?
I think that I'm interested to see if they do decide to meet up. What are they going to talk about? Because, I mean, to me, Gabe, actions speak louder than words. Point blank, period. It's what else can you possibly say that Trina needs closure about? You're gone. You've been gone. You're not there for your kids. You weren't there for your kids. What you see what I'm saying? It's like, what else is there more to say?
See, I'm not a fan of closure. I feel like once you have decided to move on,
Close
you just
the door.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you can, every chapter is not going to get an epilogue. You know what I'm saying?
Come on and get this word.
And you don't really need an epilogue for every ending in your life. Sometimes you just need to end it. You know what I'm
end
saying?
it.
And walk away.
And don't look
Trina,
back.
walk away and keep walking. He took your house already, didn't he?
Yeah,
really what he did?
that was
Yeah, he
crazy.
did
Yeah,
take
they had
the
to
house.
I
go
was
about-
like,
yeah.
no, he doesn't deserve any. You closed that book.
Yeah.
It's closed.
So you and Tamar are kin. So,
Just saying.
So scene 3 opens up with them going to this cooking school, and Titty warns and I say, so we're gonna rename Toni Titty for the rest of the episode.
I'm kind of
Sorry,
here
Toni.
for it. I'm here for it,
I'm
actually.
here
I think
for
she
it,
would like. I
too.
think she would like it.
Yeah, shout out to Titty.
Titty
So
Braxton.
Titty Braxton, living legend. Oh God, if they ever come on the show, they're gonna kill me. So Toni warns the girls that she's gonna be the best cook, and then Chef Al makes an appearance. So Bay alert! This season we've had Dr. T. Now we have Chef Al.
I'm so mad at
And
you that.
Michael Jr. gets my eye too.
I'm mad at her too. As soon as the man walked onto
Right,
the screen,
as soon
she
as
was
he
like,
walked on the screen, her eyes lit up, y'all. Her eyes lit up.
He has all of his teeth. He seems to be tall. He's got a great job.
I can't.
He could cook me a meal.
classifications, man. In case you wanted to know what she's looking for, she just described it to you.
There you
Please
go.
have your teeth in order.
I'm simple. So Towanda gets paired up with Toni because she's always Toni's assistant. And Shay, like who did that?
She was like, I'm once again Toni's assistant.
Right? And then you got Tamar get paired up with Traci, and I knew that was gonna be a hot ass mess. So they start cooking up this food. So they have to make what is it? a piece of salmon
Uh-huh.
and a piece of beef, and then like some fancy potatoes and whatnot.
Yes.
Did you think that was a good, solid meal to make? I mean, what would you guys have picked?
Something more.
No, I think that's appropriate.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that
you
was
got
so
two.
easy.
You got two proteins
Right.
there. You got your starch, and you got probably a vegetable. That's essentially a meal, right?
But if they went out to like a professional place or wherever they did, y'all need to get a little more. I think they should have had like lobster, asparagus,
Right.
steak, potatoes. They should have really did it up if they paid
They
to
had
go
steak and
somewhere.
potato.
But what about like a lamb chop? Because I'm thinking about it.
Let
If
me
you're-
tell you something. Now, I don't cook a lot, but I do know how to make lamb. And a lamb is a very complicated thing to make. Now, they should have done
should have
something
done
like that.
Because I'm just thinking to myself, if you're over 35, because I don't want to shade anybody, because Tamar says she's 39. Okay, she's the youngest. I was going to say over 40. But if you're over 35, I believe that you should know how to make a solid steak and salmon. Especially if you're dating.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I can
Bays I've
agree.
had at my house for my salmon, honey.
I can make some
Kiss the
salmon.
cook.
I love
So, shade. Here's my shade. Traci, you already got illnesses this season. Did you see how much salt Traci put on her meat?
that Traci. Wait, and then she threw. What did she throw in the trash, y'all? The sauce.
She threw the sauce in the trash. She loaded up the steak with salt.
Traci was just screwing up, y'all.
Traci, like,
Did she
girl,
say she threw some anchovies in something too?
I don't know what the hell Traci was doing. I don't know what she was doing. Toni, you can't put everything on the salmon. Like, I do that sometimes. Like, you just don't know what to put on it.
See, with salmon, it's so tricky because you could do so many things with it,
But then
though.
you can
You
be
know what I'm
too
saying?
much and overpower the natural fillet. You don't want to overpower the natural fillet, Toni Braxton, living legend. She got coriander,
That's
thyme,
takeover spirit.
chili peppers, rosemary, dill,
That's Toni
hell,
takeover, y'all.
paprika, cinnamon, brown sugar. Toni, you only need like 4 spices for salmon. What the hell was she doing? What the hell were you doing, Toni Braxton,
She
living
wanted
legend?
it to be full of flavor.
She's full of shit. No, okay, so listen. I'm just kidding. Now, Traci, yes, threw away the sauce. Shout out to Traci's confessional look. I didn't notice it before.
Which
but
one with the long hair?
No, with the blue
I agree
eyeliner.
with the long hair. That long hair
No,
is everything.
I don't know about that one. But what I do know is the one with the long red
Yeah,
hair.
that was
Traci. Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
That was hot.
That was it.
Traci, your new confessional looks are really on point.
Shout out to your stylist, girl.
So Miss E comes. Oh, God, I wanted to grab some popcorn before I came in here because I wanted to imitate Miss E trying this food.
First off, that would have been me the entire
But
time.
Miss E has diabetes. She can't be eating all that.
God.
This Miss E. Oh,
Right,
God,
with her
this
mouth
is
stuffed.
Good. Praise God. This sure is good.
She was like,
my
this
God.
salmon.
Miss
Oh,
E,
God,
I would have
this
been right there
salmon.
with you.
And I love me some Miss E, but I just didn't
Right
want her
there
to
with her.
choke or nothing because, I mean, it ain't going nowhere, Miss E.
She was going in on that food.
Damn, she was going in. And Trina was late, so Trina just tasted it. Do you remember what Trina said about the food?
I don't
She
think
said it was cool.
much. I
She
mean,
was like, because Miss Evelyn was like, don't you agree, Trina? Trina was like, yeah, it was good.
Okay,
that was
I
really
didn't.
the
I
only
didn't
thing
catch
she really
it.
said.
I didn't
yeah.
catch any of her review. And Tamar called Tony's beef jerky. Shade. Moving on, Towanda takes the girls to her acting class. So we know Tawanda's been trying to get into acting this season, and she wants to. You get to a certain age. You raise your kids, you have your marriage, your man pisses you off, you got to tear up all of his stuff, you got to beat him. Okay, never mind.
Okay,
you wanna
Angela Bassett.
You want to reclaim your life a little bit. So Tawanda's getting into acting classes, and she brings her sisters, and they do a chair exercise to release their tension, and Traci's ass falls asleep. Do you have people like that, like old folks that just can fall asleep anywhere?
to be fair though, she didn't think she was coming there for all that.
All
mean,
that
damn.
stuff, huh?
She thought she was coming to be supportive and to watch. You know what I mean?
Honey, I have an aunt like that. My Aunt Beverly, bless her heart, she can fall asleep anywhere, but it's a cycle. Like the head cocked back, then it hit, then she bring it. She could be anywhere. Next thing you know, my Aunt Beverly be just like this. She's in her kitchen table like that every night. They fall asleep, and at the end of their little class, they basically they feel like they got bamboozled because the teacher said, "I want you guys to perform in 48 hours."
They got homework.
Okay, I would have been pissed too. I would have been pissed.
Right.
So up next, Toni decides for a little reprieve and hosts a dinner at her house.
Oh, God.
First of all, Toni served Mother Hubbard in this scene with like the low glasses. Like, I just wanted Toni to read me a bedtime story. Something about her was like I don't know.
It was very matronly.
Yeah, very matronly.
Very matronly look.
I would love to be at Toni's house and just like watch her in her, nightgown and drinking her wines. And
She seems so fascinating to me. I bet she has like all these rituals. Like
Yeah.
that's what I imagine in my head.
and she knows so many things about being cultured, and she says it kind of under her breath. Well, you got to have something to cleanse your palate. That's how
Right,
Toni
yeah,
is,
that's
you know what
exactly
I mean?
how she
Like,
sounds too.
That's it.
Right.
She keeps it really low, and she'll say it like when they were talking about Trina getting back with Gabe. Toni's in the back with these glasses just real low,
And they
she's
writing in
like,
half off her little nose.
yeah, it's like, well, sometimes you just fall back in love with them. I mean, that's what you do. I mean, Toni is, you have to listen because Toni's funny, but she has that low voice and she'll say like something slick on the low, like, well, I don't know, I thought the beef was great. So yes, Trina announces that since she's been going to counseling, she has reconnected with Gabe and everybody's pissed.
Yeah, as they should be.
So let's get into it. Y'all have siblings.
I'm gonna
know
go
what train
first
I'm
with this.
on.
I don't agree because I'm about privacy. I'm all for explaining and letting your siblings know and shit what's going on in your life. But there are certain things that you need to keep to yourself. She knows how her sisters are. She knows what type of opinions she was gonna get from them. So why even open up that can of worms if you knew each and every last one of them was gonna have something negative to say about the situation? So why even open up your mouth? If at the end of the day you're gonna be like, it's my life, this is my relationship, why even go there? That's just me. I'd rather keep my mouth closed.
Was
about
she
the
drinking?
situation. They always drinking shit. I don't know.
Because sometimes when I'm drinking, the things I didn't want to come up just be coming up. Like,
I know.
you know Tyrone called me. Wait,
Got
why did I
And
just
then
say
later
that?
on, you'd be like, I didn't mean to say that. Dang.
Well, what do you think?
I agree. I mean, it's like if I don't want to talk about something, best believe, because I hate an unsolicited opinion.
Man,
So
I didn't ask.
if I didn't ask you for your opinion, like don't throw it my way. Like don't give it to me. Don't come to anywhere near me with that. But at the end of the day, I feel like she feels like she needs their approval in some way, shape, or form. So she finds herself in this continuous cycle of telling them something that she's going to do versus telling them what she did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've noticed that. That's an excellent point. She's always telling them before the fact, and then
Right.
that adds to the pressure when you're getting ready to do it. It's kind of like, well, if you just tell them that you did it, there's nothing they can say. It's already done. So that adds to her level of stress, and then she drinks more.
It's like the difference between asking for permission versus asking for forgiveness. It's easier
on,
to
Drake.
do something.
What's on a Drake album? Come on, Drake.
DJ
You
Richie
listen to
Skye,
that
bro.
Drake album.
I'm just saying, it's so much easier to like, okay, oops, I did this. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
care what y'all think about it now. Y'all can talk and say what you want, but like it's already done. You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't really act with that in mind. She kind of goes into a situation, puts the information out there, and then when everybody gives them her opinion, then she's kind of like, well, you guys say I can't do anything. It's like, no, just do it then. Show them that you can do whatever you want to do.
I like the fact that she went and sat with Traci outside. Traci's really the one that has the most in common with Trina, because Traci and her husband a couple years ago had that scandal with the
Right.
baby or whatever, and she is still with her husband. You know what I mean? But like, Toni got divorced from Carrie. Okay, it was done. Okay, and Tamar is so in love with Vince, she don't know what to do.
Right.
So the other two can't really give her real advice. But Traci made an interesting point. She said, "I'm an Aries. I just want you to be happy." Is that like an Aries trait? I didn't know that.
Well, I felt like what she said was, I don't care. I'm an
Right.
Aries, I don't care. I think that's the difference. Like, it's kind of like, I have some friends that, like, I'm that type of way too. Like, to be certainly, like, honest, I don't care what you do. Like, if you tell me you getting back with your boyfriend, I'm like, girl, are you happy though? Are you happy?
Yes, I'm
If
done.
you
Look happy.
I'm with it. Now, that next time you come around and I know he done cheated on you, it's crazy. Don't do it.
Well, now I know who not to confide in.
You know what I'm saying? So I get where Traci was coming from. I felt like it was real person advice. Like, that was real life advice right there.
I guess why Tamar is a little annoyed is because they've been down this road with them so many times.
Yes, they have. But I feel like Traci knows that Trina's going to do what Trina wants to do anyway. Mm-hmm. So her stance is like, I can't really do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I feel like Tamar is a little bit more involved. Like, girl, like, you can't keep doing this because now you're doing it to us too. Yeah.
That's the thing. When you're a close-knit family like that, when somebody's having issues with a significant other, then you get pulled into it, and then you want to be whooping their ass, and it does become too convoluted. But Towanda summed it up best. Towanda said, "We just don't want to see anyone get hurt. Period.
Right. We don't want none of our siblings hurt. We don't want
that's
to see
just
any
what
of
it
us
is.
hurt. Yeah.
That's just what it is. Miss E comes out and brings the palate cleansers.
AKA the ice cream cone that Traci picked up and licked like a damn ice cream. Traci is crazy.
I don't recall
a little bit of
that.
sorbet.
Right? I love Traci,
But
though.
they
You
didn't
can't,
even
you
have
gotta love
food
her.
for real. Like, you can't cleanse the palate, and I really ain't had nothing to
Tamar
eat.
was like, we ain't even ate yet.
What the hell? Then the food comes out, and then Tamar starts hollering, the plates are getting bigger, the food is getting smaller. Toni was struggling in that kitchen. It's hard to put on a meal. I'm telling you.
5-course at that.
Like 5-course meal.
she
It
was
is
really
hard
trying
to
to
put
do
on
it.
a meal.
But she was trying to prove
But
that
like-
she's the best Braxton chef, as she said. Like, girl, bye.
I
What
feel
is
like
up with
what
that,
you
though?
should just do is just cook a regular meal and let them eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to do 5 courses to prove that you're a good chef.
Have you noticed that Toni always wants to be the best?
Because she's the takeover spirit. Toni takeover. Like Tamar said, she got the takeover spirit and she needs to be redeemed.
But the
y'all.
other sisters said that Tamar had the takeover spirit.
I'm thinking
They both.
it's Toni because Toni always has to be the best at whatever. And I'm like, dude, you are the superstar. You know, your name
Right,
created
you had
this
the receipts.
brand.
Right.
Let
But
somebody else cook, Toni.
I don't even think it's about that. I feel like it goes like this is it's not even it's within the family bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a superstar outside of the family bubble. But like within the family bubble, it's like I still need to be the best.
Well, she's the oldest.
If
So
she keeps
of course
wearing
she
them
was
glasses
she was
and
first, so
talking
she
low.
always was gonna want to be first. She was first kid. She always gonna want to be first.
Well, the food looked.
It looked interesting.
It was. I mean, I'm sure it tasted
right.
great.
The
It was
presentable was definitely presentable. Like I said, she was trying to be a chef, whatever that was. I would have
But
loved to
I feel
taste
like, you know,
it.
what you need to do with those types of meals is like you can't make the 5 courses with that. Like, if it's just you know what I'm saying?
it was
You need a
just her.
second
You
chef.
need
You need
a
a sous
sous
chef.
chef.
A sous
A
chef.
sous chef.
Okay, and so what she could have done was just scaled it down some. You know what I'm saying? You can make a nice little protein, veggie, carbohydrate, and just present it nicely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to do every plate.
She did
Yeah.
soup,
All
salad,
5
pasta,
courses.
protein,
If you
and
come
dessert.
to my house, I'll give you a 5-course meal. I'm going to serve the eggs first. Okay.
I thought you was gonna go completely somewhere else with that. Right. I was gonna say, woo,
this is
what kind of
getting
5?
interesting.
Okay. That 5 course.
That's lashes, honey. And then Toni starts drinking, which that's how I really cook. If you
With a
really
glass,
have seen
y'all.
me in the kitchen, I'm probably turned up. Then they go to acting class, and Towanda has her scene, and she's trying to get into it. And yeah, that scene was kind of anticlimactic. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, you know what I thought was interesting?
It was a table read.
I mean, it was, but Traci and Trina were actually good.
Surprisingly.
They were really good.
But I think
wasn't
they
expecting
they
that.
didn't feel the pressure. Like, this is Tawanda's dream,
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
like she said, she gets in her head. Towanda, get out of your head, girl. You're a natural. You come from a naturally entertaining family.
That's why I can't be an actor, because I feel like they want you to like relive all of these things and be this other thing. Like I struggle with trying to be myself all these years. Like, let me just be me.
Hell, I have a hard time remembering what I had for dinner last night.
Okay,
You want me to
like-
go back to when I was 5 when I lost my bicycle? Like, hell.
It's just like so much pressure.
This is a lot. It is a lot. But shout out to Towanda. She got through it.
She did.
The sisters helped her out. It looked fun.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It looked
I can't
fun.
wait to ask her about that.
Yes, we have a surprise for you guys at the end of the episode. So up next, when we talked about this off camera, So the formula for Braxton Family Values, either the show is called, and I don't mind it. Like I love this group so much. They're like my big sister aunties in my head.
Yeah.
So like I always imagine myself sitting around a table having a cocktail with them. But it ends at a restaurant as usual. Okay. I didn't even catch the restaurant. They were somewhere in LA at a restaurant where to quote Tamar, where Marilyn Monroe used to come in Mac. Ow.
It was called Jeffrey's. I took the name of that down.
It was Jeffrey's?
Because I'm going.
Let's
Jeffrey's
go.
in Malibu. That's what it was.
We're going for our season wrap-up.
Yup.
We're going to go to
Boom.
Jeffrey's. All of our AfterBuzz TV family, if you live here in the Los Angeles area, we're going to put it on Twitter. We're going to go to Jeffrey's to celebrate the end of Braxton Family Values. So Traci, shout out to Traci. You are a girl after my own heart, drinking beer out the bottle.
Yeah,
Who the
so
hell
like,
need a glass?
Come on,
Man.
scoping out the bottle.
Come on now. What are you guys? You guys
I loved it. I'm
Like,
like, be yourself,
beer out of a
Trace.
glass or?
It's beer. It ain't wine.
I know,
It ain't
but you know
Moscato.
what?
Right.
Oh my God.
Barefoot. Insider, y'all. But I agree. I mean,
It's
it's
not
beer.
mixed
It's like,
Moscato.
I don't feel like you need to
I'm
be
not a-
overly bougie and classy for no beer.
I'm
Drink
not
that-
a
drink
beer
that beer,
person.
like-
I mean, beer to me tastes like soap.
You know, I got into beer. I don't know what happened. I love pop, and I was really thirsty one day, and somebody said, "Have a beer." Like,
Girl,
it'll
you
quench-
real Midwest with that.
What?
Pop.
Pop like soda. Did you say?
Say pop.
No.
No.
It's pop.
Only
It's-
Midwestern people say pop. Trust.
Yeah.
Southerners say soda pop.
Nah, girl, we be out here. We be like, we want some soda.
I want some
like-
soda.
Soda.
But I love it how it shows how different we are. You know what I'm saying? Like you're from somewhere else.
What do you
You're
want
from
to say how
somewhere
you
else,
are?
and you say pop, but we say
I say
soda out
pop.
here.
I'm
like
from Seattle,
that's
Washington. I
interesting.
say pop.
Even still to this day, they say pop.
I've never heard anything. Okay, you guys, I say pop.
I
And
love it though. That's
I say
interesting.
pop, and I drink beer out the bottle.
Hey,
Okay,
ain't
I don't
nothing
give
wrong
a
with
damn.
it. Ain't nothing wrong.
I drink champagne out the bottle. Okay.
And
Well,
that's
I drink
why
all liquor out
you
the
are
bottle.
my-
Turn up.
That's why you
Follow
are
me
my
on Snapchat,
hero.
y'all. At Mr. Carter, I be on.
You know, and this is a valuable lesson to everybody. And I like the fact that you drink champagne. I heard an interesting quote. They said to always keep a bottle of champagne in your refrigerator.
Yes, that
you
is so
never
true.
know when you're going to have something to celebrate.
Yep.
And sometimes the celebration is the fact that all you got in your refrigerator is a bottle of champagne. Because I have been there. And
know
I
that's
was like,
right.
you know what? I don't get paid till next week, and I ain't got no groceries.
Boom.
Pop this champagne.
Okay.
I don't care. So Tamar announces that she's going to stick to her church when it comes to this whole Trina and Gabe situation. I can't remember the name of her church.
It was the Church of Me, Myself, and I believe.
Something like that.
Right, Methodist Inc.
Methodist
Ink, y'all. Don't
Inc.
forget the ink.
Tamar, we see you getting real spiritual, then having a sip of your mojito.
I'm here
Tamar.
for it. I'm here for
Tamar
it.
said, I'm opening up my new church, the Church of Tamar, Esteem, Braxton, Herbert, Methodist, God and Christ. We see you, Tamar. So Tamar basically doesn't want to look shady. And when she says that, Towanda lets out this... Okay, you guys remember the movie The Color Purple? Remember when Miss Sophia came home and was sitting at the kitchen table and they said something real slick and Miss Sophia like hadn't been talking for years and then Miss Sophia like did this laugh. Like, Towanda did that laugh. And I
He said himself he ain't talked for years. What's funny is I'm picturing the scene in my head.
Tawanda's laugh sounded just like that. And then they talk about how Tawanda's always the one laughing at inappropriate times. I'm like, if that's the laugh you're doing, I know it gets awkward. Towanda, that laugh is too much. The laugh is too much. But
Y'all do it.
Miss Sophia home now. Pass them peas.
Fast and peas.
Oh,
I can't.
So, once again, it's all about Trina and Gabe.
Oh, man.
And Tamar says she doesn't want to be around Gabe regardless.
Right.
So if they get back together, she doesn't want to be around Gabe. If he's got to come pick up the kids, she doesn't, like, no matter what.
I get it. I'm like that too. If I don't like you, I will never like you again. Nope. I'm that dude.
I'm getting there.
Like I can't help it either. Like
I'm getting there.
especially if I know like that he did you wrong, don't bring him around.
I can respect that. And to wrap up the episode, Tawanda's always full of gems. Like once the laugh stops, Towanda will drop some knowledge on that ass. Towanda said it's about setting boundaries, not passing judgments.
There you go. Boom.
That's the key, kids. That's the key. So let's get into it. This is the end of our episode. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to share?
I don't, because you took me out with that.
With the color purple, okay? That's all that's playing in my head now, y'all.
Right.
We're going to have to go home and watch
I'm
it.
going to go home and watch Color Purple tonight. Miss Sophia home now. So as we alluded to earlier in the episode, we have been alerted that Towanda will be joining us next week to laugh like Miss Sophia. Yay! Towanda, if you're watching, we're going to have some wine here. It may not be top shelf. It might be mixed Moscato.
Shout out to you, Nicki Minaj.
But we're going to have a good time next week with Towanda in the house.
Yes.
So, with that, this is a perfect time to really plug our social media and Twitters and all that. Because if you have questions that you want us to ask her,
please
hit us up. You know, give me a couple days so I can prep. Okay, don't tweet me 20 minutes before the show like ask her this. You guys, I got too much going on. So hit us up between now and next Thursday. And my handle is at McCall Hall with 4 O's on Twitter. McCall Hall FM on Instagram. But hit me on Twitter if you have questions. And then what are your guys' handles?
You can find me everywhere at Mr. Carter. It's MistrCarter.
And it's DJ Richie Skye on Instagram and Twitter.
And as you know, AfterBuzz TV is all over social media at AfterBuzz TV across the board. Engage with us, subscribe, and comment.
Like,
please.
Share, all of it.
For real.
Stalk.
This is the Church of Shade and Salmon. It's been real. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week for another recap of Braxton Family Values.
Peace.
Peace out.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.